Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we have another review of another Kaleidos release. So thank you so much Kaleidos for sending the Smokey Nostalgia collection our way. We've been having a grand old time playing with it. So
actually, yeah.
If you're interested to see our thoughts, pricing, swatches, all that, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I'm using here, fuck, these quads don't have names, the black and gray one. I was not sure. I wanted to use the other one because, well, those are my colors, and these are still, like, I love a cool tone kind of smoky color story, but I was like, I don't know, but actually I'm kind of vibing with this so far, so we'll see. I started out actually with the lip clay in Skinship. I wanted to have like a kiss of warmth underneath. I don't think that actually translates, but like, I don't know. I did it anyway. I did it on this eye, so I might as well do it again on this one. This is like my eye primer base kind of thing. And I'd never used these on the eyes. Rachel said she didn't have the best luck with them, but this one didn't do anything for me, so I'll have to play with some of the other colors and let you know like how they work for me on the eyes, but this is a good color on my eyes. But I'm gonna blend that out with this e.l.f. retro blending eye brush right here. Buff it up and out. I just kind of want this everywhere, all over my lid as a, again, like a base of warmth to go underneath all of this grayness here. And bring that onto the inner corner a little bit as well, since we're keeping it a little grungy over there. I was like, I made Rachel come down here. I was like, do I keep the inner corner like matte or do I add shimmer? So I'm kind of vibing with the matte. I was like, good, me too. So this is like, I don't know. I feel like very rejuvenated today, so I'm like really excited about how this look is coming out, and I can't wait to take some like dank makeup pictures after this. I hope. We'll see, because the lower lash line is what's gonna scare me. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go in with the lightest matte here and put that on my inner and outer corner, as well as like my inner corner, you know, like my inner corner here, my inner corner here, and my outer corner. Just patting that on. And I love this color, like this light gray color. I will say too, this formula is like way different than their normal formula. I feel like their old formula, like the mattes are a little bit, or their regular formula, I guess, their mattes are a little bit thinner. These have like a richness to them. Like when you swatch them, they're very like buttery, you know, which I'm a fan of. And normally I don't build looks like this, like I don't start and go lightest to darkest, but when it comes to a grayscale type of look, I like to have a lot more control in that. And since these shadows have such a thick texture to them, I know that they're gonna build pretty well. At least that's the general rule of thumb in my experience. But then I'm gonna go into the other gray here with a Onzai brush of sorts. The FR2, I think is what it says. I never can read brush handles, so I don't know. If it's wrong, I'm sorry. And again, placing that on the inner outer corner so we can get this halo started. And I don't want to bring this color too far up. It will end up like migrating up as I blend, but I want to keep the placement a little lower to begin with so that it doesn't get out of control too quickly. Not like really low, but just above my crease right there. And like even when I swirl around, there's like some kickback, but it's not, it's pretty minimal as far as what I'm used to from Kaleidos. Okay, now that I feel like I have enough saturation laid down, I'm gonna go in with that blending brush with the lightest gray on it and blend out the edges. And now that I'm doing it on this eye, I feel like that warmth underneath actually does somehow help. I could be totally making that up, but I feel like somehow it gives me a little more like life to my eyeballs instead of completely like dead gray. Oh, my eye itches. Buckles. Then I'm gonna go in with this Domi brush from Morphe. It's like a really old one, look how fucked up it is. And I'm gonna go in with the black and again put that on the inner and outer corners. This is like a not very exciting eye look, but I don't do halo eyes normally, and I definitely don't do something this intense anymore, not usually. So I'm like excited about this. I don't know. This feels exciting to me. And I wasn't sure, like I'm probably talking too much for for the tutorial portion, but I wasn't sure when this like collection launched before we like knew we were getting it. I was like, is this like, you know, like a neutral quads in 2022? Is that what we're going for? But I don't know. I'm kind of here for it, and I could be biased, but I mean, I am biased. I really do like Kaleidos, and I like it's nice to get PR from them, you know? And I'm gonna blend that out with the darker gray brush that we used with that Odin's eye brush. Buffing out those edges. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there always is a little bit of bias when you get things in PR. Like, you do want them to work a little more, and you don't have like, I didn't spend this money, you know, on the entire collection. So of course, like I like it for what it is and for the fact that I have it, but do I like it enough to spend money on it? I don't know. I guess you'll see at the ending portion. I think that blend looks okay. I also love I love the imprints in these matte pans. You probably can't tell on camera, but they're like little roses kind of. I think they're beautiful. I love this whole thing. Then on the center of my lid, I'm going to take the shiny little silver here. And again, this is a different shimmer formula that I'm used to. It has a lot more, oh, my camera's not going to focus because it doesn't do that. It doesn't have autofocus like that you can use without noise. It doesn't have a microphone port, so I can't do that. But it has a lot more base pigment than what I'm used to from Kaleidos, but it still has like lots and lots and lots of textured sparkle in it. So it's like kind of the best of both worlds because it shears out really nice, but it also builds up to this really, really intense opaque color, and I love a shimmer like that. So I'm just gonna smear that down the center of my eyeball with my finger. Oh god, it's so pretty. I love this color. And then I'm gonna take a brush that before I did the other eye was clean, and I'm gonna blend it at the top here so that that shimmer disperses along the top of my eyeball. Then I'm gonna go in with the brush and add a little more of that dark gray to it, and bring in that matte gray a little bit. Oh, that was a little too far. I love finger smearing. And then just for good measure, I'm gonna stamp a little more of the black on the inner and outer corners. Because well, especially on the outer corner, I don't wanna lose that like depth. So I think I'm gonna bring it in a little bit closer on the lower lash line, so that shimmer doesn't like make my eye look wider, like longer like that. We're introducing Charlotte to the Cheetah Girls tonight, so I'm really excited. She's obsessed with High School Musical 3. Absolutely in love with it. Oh fuck, I was gonna film a TikTok. Whatever, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my base done, and I'm gonna come demo the blushes. I think for my lower lash line, all I'm going to do is smudge some black on it. I will let you know, obviously, if that changes, but I think that's all I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna get my base done, and then I'm gonna come back to demo the blushes and the lipsticks. So, 1 second. I ended up not doing much on the lower lash line, mainly because I really like it the way it is. So I added just like a little bit of black smudged underneath just the very most outer corner, just with a liner, and I think I'm okay with that. I might add another coat or so of mascara just because this is such a heavy black eye look, but I do really like the way it looks. Anyway, I want to demo this blush for it. Fuck, none of them have names on them. This one, we'll insert names on the screen, how about that? Sorry, Rachel. I've used this one a handful of times now. I actually really, really do like this blush formula. It feels like, to the touch, similar to the eyeshadow formula. It's got a lot of pigment to it, but it does really, really, really work nicely with a brush. And we haven't been able to really delve into this on YouTube since we've so seldom posted, but I do actually enjoy powder products. Again, not a ton, okay? I still prefer creams, but I have been delving into some powders. Like I have powder highlighter on today. The rest is cream, but powder highlight. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this on a rougher 05 brush. And I think this will help because this is so dark and sultry. I want it to be a little warmer. We're only keeping a couple of the blushes because we don't really need that many, but anyway, I'm gonna start over here closest to like the outer corner of my eye. It's a little scary because I have so much black shadow on over there that I don't want the black shadow to get onto the brush. These do require a little bit of blending. Like it can get a little stampy off the bat, which can happen with a powder blush. But I find that this formula does blend out really, really, really easily, at least on me, over a wet base. I think Rachel had a different experience with that though, so I don't know, I haven't talked to her much. I guess we'll find out in the outro. But I really, like, I just love this color. It's been a while since I wore like a truly nude blush. Like this reminds me a little bit of the Fenty Glow blush that I like so much, the cream one. Whatever. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on the bridge of my nose as well. And these do have somehow, like, this is a matte powder, but it does have a little bit of a glow to it, I feel like. It might just be my highlighter showing through, but it's not a flat matte. I would call it more of a satin, I guess. But yeah. I think the lip clay I want to demo is this one. With this look, it's kind of difficult to choose because I want to do like a black lip with this, or like a very, very cool tone nude, and that is not offered in this collection. There are cooler tone browns and cooler tone nudes, but like initially the lightest nude is pretty warm toned, and this color right here, which I'm going to use, is called Cognac. It's a warm brown, so we'll see. Well, a warm kind of berry tone brown. We'll see how this goes. I'm a little concerned that it won't work well with the eyes, but I do want to demo the lip color, so we'll see. I haven't used this one specifically yet. The one, I think it's called Cold Brew. I'll have to look it up. That I've been wearing a ton. A ton isn't like 4 or 5 times because we just got this like not very long ago. Yeah, it's like a terracotta bricky kind of color. And if you're new to, see, that's a lot. I don't know. If you're new to this channel, the lip clay formula is one of my favorites. I wear them literally almost every day to work. It's my favorite, especially for like a bold lip, or even like a mid-tone nude, like something that's not like a typical nude on me. So that is kind of pretty. Ooh, that makes my teeth look white. I don't know. Do I keep this color on? It's a little bit much with the eye. Is it not? Maybe things just need to settle a little bit. This is a... Ooh, I thought I was gonna give this one away. I might keep it. It matches my hair really well. Let me reassess a few things and we'll see. Maybe if I add a little bit more bronzer. Well, my freaking camera ran out of storage, so I hope to God this is in focus. I genuinely can't tell. My eyes hurt from looking into this light for too long. But yeah, here is the grayscale look completed. All right, time for quad number 2. Let's start with the first thing about the packaging. I'm sure Vic mentioned this. There's no names on the back, so not a big deal if you're not like a beauty person. I'll insert the name on the screen just because honestly I haven't done enough research and I'm a little sleepy at the moment, so that's fine. But this is the like neutral quad, and it gives me like ColourPop X I Love Sanary, the first round, where she had like the mid to or the neutral to cool toned browns with this like silvery kind of champagne shade. I don't know, I loved that palette to death, so I'm happy to have this one. Anyway, I already have my eyelids primed with the NYX Ultimate Shadow and Liner Primer. This one is not my favorite at the moment, but I'm trying to power through. First, I'm gonna go ahead and take the lightest shade in the quad right here, and I'm gonna use a BH Studio Pro number 6 brush. And I'm gonna take this shade and fluff it like right into my like brow bone nose socket area like I did here. Just add some dimension and kind of just, I don't know, to me can complete the look depending on what you're going for here. This just kind of sculpts your face a little bit, which I could always use. Okay, we're gonna leave it there for now because I don't need that much. Then I'm gonna go in with this Sonia Kashuk I'm gonna go in with this NYX number 16 fluffy brush, and I'm gonna take the mid-tone shade in the palette. A little bit of kick up, but not bad right here. And I'm gonna use this on my outer corner here. And I'm gonna try and place it low and then use that shade we used right up here to blend it upwards, but I don't want these two to connect. There may be a little bit of sparkle through this just from blending on my previous eye, but it should be mostly clean. And I'll say this is a nice little mirror. Like, this is a good quality mirror. I'm just gonna wipe brush off on my pants and go in with the lighter shade again. And kind of diffuse the edges upwards. Blend everything, make it nice and rounded. Now at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that these two connect or don't connect, but for the eye look that I have, I'm trying to keep it disconnected so I don't like forget to do the steps. Going back in with that second deepest shade just to re-intensify it. These are building really well for me. I was kind of unsure just because I've had some Kaleidos mattes in the past that don't like to build very much, but these are really soft. They seem to build a lot better than previous mattes. And then back in with that lightest shade one more time to make sure it's all nice and diffused. And that's where we're left. I'm not loving that, so I'm gonna start to wipe it away a bit. And then I'm gonna go in with the Shim Shim. This is such a beautiful shade. I'm using this BH Cosmetics number 12 brush. It's one of the like cheapy sets, so it's one of the scratchier brushes, but that means it applies a damn good shimmer. It's a good packing brush. So I'm going to apply this and kind of cut the crease a little bit in the area where I sculpted the nose, and then I'm gonna bring it up into this like blank space we left here. And blend it onto the brown and just build it a little bit. It's a really scattered sparkly shade. It's not a standard metallic by any means. It's very, very sparkly. Very, I don't know, dare I say similar to the ColourPop. No. Dare I say similar to the Astral formula from Pat McGrath. Like, that's really nice. And then I'm gonna take the lightest brown again and re-intensify the little contour I have here and kind of remove any extra shimmer that got fluffed up. Or diffuse it elsewhere, I suppose. Ooh, that's pretty. It's very pretty. Now, I'm gonna take this little Luxie Precision Crease brush. It's like a little flat kind of shader brush. I'm gonna take the deepest brown and I'm gonna make a liner out of that. So I have really liked wing liner recently. I never used to like wing liner, but I can kill a powder like shadow liner. Easy peas, ain't no sweat, you know? Like, it takes nothing for me nowadays, so that's exciting. I'm gonna bring it all the way in and then cover it out because I did on the other eye. So I like stamped the liner so it adds that like smokiness to the look and the depth. It kind of like, it's like doe-eyed almost in a sense, but smoky. And then I'm gonna wing it out. Shady thick. Then I'm gonna dip it in one last time and I'm gonna spray it with a long wearing setting spray, not a dewy one, in hopes of avoiding creasing, and just go over that wing. All right, then we gotta correct some things because, you know, I got cocky. I'm gonna take the shimmer brush and I'm gonna go over the inner area like I said I would. And then I'm also gonna go right over here because I accidentally brought it up too high and I don't want that darkness right there. And then I'm gonna take a baby wipe, can be a makeup wipe, whatever you want. and clean up the wing here. No, my light. But my eyes are really sensitive because I already wore makeup today, so this is like painful. Ooh, that wing turned out way better than the other side. Ooh, that's a good wing. Dope. Dope. So, there's the eye look really quickly. I'll throw on my base here and we can test out the little blushes and stuff. I don't know what Vic did. Did she do like her full face? I hope to God she didn't. I'll probably edit it out. So I'm gonna be right back and throw on my base makeup so we can demo the other blush. Oh, I'm pretty fucking orange. Undo the saturation, please. Oh God. Okay, well, okay, maybe I'm starting to wash out again. I was kind of orange there for a moment. Anyway, this is, you know, the start of my base. I have been using powder highlighter recently just because I'm trying to pan some. And I actually am kind of falling back in love with it. This is Ray Rider from Kaleidos as well, and I think it looks stunning on the cheeks. I like to put blush on top of my highlighter, so that's what we'll be doing. All right, so I'll insert the name on the screen of this blush. This is the other blush that we decided to keep. Now this is such a pretty color. It reminds me a lot of that Dior blush that everybody talks about, that really vibrant pink one. And this is gorgeous on the cheeks. I've used it a couple times now just because I think the color is stunning. Even though I'm not a huge fan of pink blush, it just doesn't look the way you would think it would look. So let me just shut up and apply it. I'm using a Wet n Wild brush. This was like a mermaid set maybe. It's the P53. And I'm gonna place that up here. And I find it to be such a beautiful flattering color in a way that I didn't expect it to be. It like becomes one with the skin. Like you can definitely build it up if you want it to be really this like bright poppy pink. But I don't feel like it translates that way right away. Like I think it is really stunning, which actually like shocks me because, you know, again, I'm not a huge fan of pink blushes generally, but something about this one is just really, really flattering to me. It just looks really, really nice. I'm curious, I haven't watched any reviews just because I knew we were receiving this, but I'm curious on how like different skin tones get along with this blush. Like does it meld per skin tone, or, you know, how does a color like this work? Because I don't know, it's just really, really pretty to me. And it seems to work gorgeously with really anything, because this is not the blush color that I would generally use for this eye look, but I don't think it looks off by any means. Definitely looks a little bit girlier than my normal blush choices though, doesn't it? And well, that's it for the base, isn't it? Now I just have to do lips. So let me do lips while I'm here, and then I will finish off my makeup. I'm gonna use my Vive lip pencil in the shade Bark to line my lips. I'm gonna try not to overline. I've just been lining my lips a little heavier than I would like to see. This is the Kaleidos lip clay in the shade Skinship. Ew. NU07. I'll do some comparison swatches to this with their other nude shades just to see. This one definitely is a doesn't go with this look now, does it at all? Ooh. Okay. I'll have to adjust that with something else, I think. I don't like the way that this color looks with this look. But it's like a sandy, warm brown kind of nude, which seems to be what they lean towards in all of their nudes, because the other nudes that I have from them are more like a sandy red or something like that. Just to like completely change the color, I'm gonna use my Vivid Hot Lacquer and Tease from Maybelline because I just don't think that this color looks the way that it should with this eye look. You know, it's not flattering to me personally, but you guys can let me know in the comments if you disagree. I must have a hair on my nose. Oh, that's itchy. AF. Ugh. Is that changing it? Enough? Tease normally saves the day. All right, and here's the completed look. So I did change the lips. So what I did is I used MAC Chestnut as a lip liner and then used that liquid lip in the center. So it worked out really well. I am still gonna throw on a gloss. This one is the Tower 28 gloss in Oat. I just don't like matte lips, and these are really vampy for me, but what are we gonna do, right? What are we gonna do? So let's move on with this review. All right, so first we'll go over prices because we actually have things pulled up today. So we'll start with that here. So the full vault for the Smokey Nostalgia collection is $189. The lip bundle is $35. The Black Jasmine quad, so the Smoky Gray quad, is $22. I feel like that's a really good price.
I do too.
And then Cold Brew, which is the quad that I use today, is $22 as well. Each blush is $18. I use the shade P01 Dreamwalk. Vic used the shade P04 Joyride. And then the lips are $12 a piece. So there's the pricing, easy enough. They have a little dresser. Clearly they were out of the dresser at the time they sent us the makeup.
I think they emailed us that. They emailed us like, sorry, we're out of the dressers.
But if you want the dresser, it's $55. I wish it would have came, but that's fine. We just need more storage right now. But I'm just gonna start off and say that this collection is nostalgic to me. So when they say Smoky Nostalgia, it reminds me so much of, like I said at the beginning of my little demo video, it reminds me my little quad of the I Love Saturday and ColourPop collab that came out, the first round that they ever did, where it had like the neutrals and that champagne pink, and it was in like the boxy cardboard packaging. Oh. And they had the best lip liners and the best lippies.
It doesn't, I wouldn't say it reminds me of that, but as far as like the way I feel when using it, kind of, because I remember it because it had like this deep plum shade and a nice warm brown and the most beautiful sparkly icy pink in it. Oh, so, and like the best matte cream ColourPop has ever released. Yeah, no, I loved that palette so much, but that's kind of what this vibe reminds me of, is that time in makeup for me. And I also see how a lot of this is kind of like early 2000s when it comes to like the lip 90s, colors and the blushes. Like I feel like all of those choices make sense for the 90s, early 2000s kind of era that we're seeing coming back, which I love. Yeah. Well, and when I saw before they had even reached out to send us PR, because they normally do that a little late, once we saw the collection launch, at first I was like
boring.
Like cute. But like quads of neutrals in 2022 seem a little bit weird to me, like a weird, and I would not go out of my way to buy the black and gray palette. I just wouldn't, because that's not a color story I'm going to use all the time. The Cold Brew palette, however, it's called the Cold Brew palette, right?
Let me look. I was gonna call it the latte or the coffee palette. Yeah, Cold Brew and Black Jasmine.
Okay, yeah, the Cold Brew palette. That one I feel is like the most perfect neutral quad that has ever been released, ever in existence for me personally. And I would buy that one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It is that kind of staple neutral palette that you might want. I definitely, for that palette, as much as I loved it, like there's a couple things that I would definitely want to add in to like make it my perfect palette in a sense.
I mean, I could go with like,
that shimmer is so icy. I could use another shimmer in there.
I could use one more shimmer, but I'm so attached to the lightest matte.
I like it a lot.
And I'm not willing to give up the mid-tone or the deeper one either. So if I were to revamp this as my own, I would probably make it a 6-pan.
Yeah.
Add one ultra deep shadow and one mid-tone sparkly shade, you know, and call it a day. But like for a quad, I'm like obsessed with it. I really am. And I love the formula change.
Well, and okay, so you tell me if you agree, but the shimmery shade in here, the lightest pink here, reminds me so much of the Pat McGrath Astral shades on the eyes.
They kind of do, yeah.
On the eyes, not swatched, on the eyes though.
Not the same as like, it's like a very specific kind of astral shade from Pat McGrath. It's not the same as all of them, but it reminds me of the texture of the rose gold Pat McGrath's celestial, whatever, astral shade, whatever.
Yeah, in the
fucking
it is a mothership palette. The one with the red. Bronze Seduction.
Bronze Seduction. Jesus Christ, what's going on? That shade reminds me that like of that texturally. It's a little softer now that we've played with it a few times. But like initially when we swatched it, it was a little bit scratchier, a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I really like this shimmer formula. I'm a little sad that there's only 2 shimmers in both of the quads.
Yes.
But I really the mattes are so good. Like the mattes in the Angelica palette are really, really, really good.
They don't feel the same as
but
these,
they don't
though,
feel
to the
the
touch.
These feel like luxury, thick, creamy shadows to me.
Yeah, I agree with that, but in a sense, when you touch them, to me, they almost remind me of like the feeling of an HD powder, and that scared me for a minute.
Oh, see, I didn't feel like that at all.
Really? Just the softness and the smoothness, like, just makes me, it reminds me of an HD powder. It has been many years since I've used one, so bear that in mind.
Yeah, it reminds me of almost a Natasha Denona matte when I touch it.
Maybe I haven't dug in hard enough to feel that, but I don't know. I definitely feel, I don't feel
texturally it's different. See, I just feel they're not thick.
I feel like Natasha mattes are thick.
Well, they are. I feel like
they
these are pretty
body.
These are pretty rich, I feel like, when I touch them. I don't know. Maybe we just have different experiences.
We probably do.
Whatever. I really like this matte formula. I think it's really good. It builds really well, which is not something I always have with Kaleidos. Generally, I work dark to light with Kaleidos. Like,
you can build like crazy with these.
These are completely buildable. Like, like I could do 2 or 3 layers, 4 layers of the lightest shade and go in with a mid-tone and a deeper shade and not have it be patchy. And that is rare in a matte eyeshadow.
Yes.
And I really appreciate that, especially in a neutral.
I agree. I really like the quads, and something that I will mention is I do love this packaging so much. So like the lacy plushy packaging, it's gorgeous. It looks, it's like,
It just gives.
Nostalgic, yes.
It just gives.
It's just gorgeous, and I love the mirror size in here is perfection and quality.
It's a nice mirror too.
It's a perfect size mirror, and like for eyeshadow, like
I love the imprints and the matte pans. Like I feel like they really nailed it on packaging. My qualm is that there's no name on any of these. Like they come with little plastic sheets, which in the grand scheme of things is not a big deal, but it's nice to have some, I can look on the back and reference something when I'm talking about it.
But that's an influencer problem.
It's more of an influencer problem. But you know, same difference. The blushes also we've been talking about, we are very impressed with.
Yes.
We will not be keeping most of the shades actually.
Let me go through what they are. This one is the shade P02 Sunburnt. We are giving this to our friend Kayla. Along with this next shade, this one is the shade PO5 Ecstasy. Ecstasy? I don't know how to say that word.
Ecstasy. Like the drug.
I know, I've never been able to like pronounce it easily. This shade I do desperately want to keep, but I don't need it. This is P03 Sanguine. Stop, I love that. This is such a gorgeous summer blush, but Nude Sticks Poppy Girl is a cream version of this. Or pretty, it's not exactly the same, but close enough in...
I also desperately want to keep this one.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to not let our makeup goblin consume us just because we got it in PR.
Yeah. Yep, so I agree. So I think the 2 blush choices that we kept make the most sense. So we didn't even go necessarily over the ones we kept. Hold on. Okay, the shade I used is P01 Dreamwalk. This is a color that I've wanted in our collection for a very long time. So I'm thrilled to have it. This is what I keep trying to chase after in a cream blush that won't translate the way that I'm looking for.
There's a Fenty blush that's like this color that I want.
Yes, the bubblegummy one.
Yeah.
Oof. But yes, this is gorgeous. I feel the formula of these blushes feel pretty similar to the eyeshadows.
That's what I said in my videos. Yeah, they feel similar.
They feel the same kind of like creaminess, and they're just very like, they're just soft and like buttery and just so pretty. They blend out like a dream. I have not had any issues with this color so far. And then we have this toasty shade. The reason we decided to keep this, well, is because it's a cute little toasty shade, but this is what I wanted Burt's Bees Toasted Cinnamon to be. We don't have much like this in our collection. We do have our Fenty blush, our Fenty Glow Cream Blush, which is similar, but not really the same. That one has more rose built into it. And it's also a cream that I'm panning. This one is the shade P04 Joyride. I can't remember if I said that. Yes. So they're like sort of similar colors, but just for curiosity's sake, I feel like this has some like more rose to it. I agree.
Yeah, this one has a little bit more like red to it. They are very similar.
Yes.
I don't know if you'll even be able to see from there, but they are very similar. But we don't have a lot of powder blush. And now that we're getting a little bit more into it, I'm comfortable keeping these.
Yes, me too. So
and I have used this one a lot.
So multiple times since we received the collection. Yes, me too. So I really like the blush formula here. I know Kaleidos did blushes a few years back and they were like way too light. They didn't have enough range. I feel like there could be a little bit more expanded here, but I think that this is a really good solid base set of colors. Yeah. And I think that they're all a little unique in a sense. Not all of them, like the peaches are, you know, the peaches are kind of like a general normal thing to release, but like that toasty color and then the deepest like sunburnt kind of color, those are colors that I don't see a lot in new blush releases. So I do really like that the colors that they chose here, I think they make sense for the collection. And it is a pretty buildable formula. So yes. I feel like at least with the range that they have currently, a lot of people can get away with them. I don't know about the deepest of skin tones, but I also don't know much about blush specifically on deep skin tones. I would agree with that. Because things that I'm like, oh, that wouldn't work for somebody like really dark, could work for somebody who's really dark. I've like seen in random Instagram videos, I'm like, well shit, I didn't expect that. Who knew? Yeah, so we're not gonna pretend we know what's actually going to work, but just a possibility that might be a thing. And then lastly, we have the lip set. Now, I just wanna show off the tin really quick. We use our Kaleidos tins for a multitude of things. We've given a couple away to friends just because we've gotten like so many, all of the lip play vaults. A lot of them, and so we have these lying around. I love this black one. I love this tin. This might be my favorite of all the tins. This is my favorite of all of them. The teal was next up. But you can throw whatever in here. You can use this as a jewelry tray, it doesn't matter. Anyway, all the colors are removed, so let's start here. Lightest shade is NU07 Skin Chip. That's the shade that I used in my video. I do feel, and I will say it without care, I feel these are too warm for the eyes that they released, for the shadows they released. This shade specifically, I feel like is this way color, too warm. This color, whatever the fuck you're called, nude, wait, that doesn't say nude. NUD8. Cold smoke. Cold smoke. My eyes are going out on me. I swear to God they are. Cold smoke. This is my ideal neutral brown lip. Is it a lot like Danessa Myricks in a sense? A little bit, but deeper. Oh, deeper, definitely. See, this one is a cool tone. This is a cooler tone. I mean, it has some red to it, but this is a cooler tone. It has more plum than red. And this is the type of brown that I like. Like, this is a very 90s nude brown. I really love this color. Like, of all the colors, I would buy this one. I probably wouldn't buy the other ones. I really do like the color that I have on. It's very nice, okay? But it's not a constant color. I still don't think I need it. Yeah. You know? Next one is the one Vic's wearing, which is DE09 Cognac. 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 I don't even know what cognac is. What is it? It's a liquor. Oh, I always thought maybe it would be a spice. Well, I think they do have like a cognac. Is it a liquor? Shit. This is a really pretty kind of vampy, reddy brown. Definitely a pretty fall kind of lip color. Just not something we would use the most really. But I do like all of the shades included. I'm just kind of a nude gal. It's an, okay. Okay. And then the last shade is DE08 Smeared Rouge. I love that name. Which is a really good title. Really nice, like, purpley, vampy kind of red shade. There'll be swatches, of course. I don't know. I want to try that one on my lips, but I don't necessarily want to do that before giving it away. This would be a good blotted lip, I think. Oh, it's so cute. I like that color, but I'm just very attached to this one. Yeah. Honestly, although I don't wear them very often, because you know I'm kind of who I am in terms of lip colors. A neutral Nelly. But I have, these Kaleidos lip plays have such a chokehold on my heart. They have a fucking grip. Like, I wear this shit every day. Gun to my head to even make me think about decluttering one, even though I don't even wear them very often. Oh, I wear them on occasion I do. But I do love this formula. It really is it's exactly what I wanted NYX lip lingeries to be. That whipped, plushy, like gel powder feeling. It's a more, hold on. It's It's a more opaque version of these Nude Sticks magnetic lip plush paints. So if you've ever tried these, this is kind of a similar formula. This one's just a more sheer formula. So that's kind of where I find the similarities. Like it's very, very similar to this formula, in my opinion.
I haven't tried that, so I don't know.
Oh, it's a thin version of that. So if that tells you anything.
Really like it then.
It's
because
nice.
I've been wearing the lip clays like legit every day.
They are really, really nice. I think when my hair is neutral again, and so here's the thing is right now I don't really want to wear eyeshadow, and so I think that my issue is that I can't match a bold lip to eyeshadow. I just can't. It doesn't, I like it to be like, if it's gonna be bold eyes, I want it to be more subtle everywhere else at this point in my life. So that's where I struggle. So I'll try and get some more use out of all of our lip clays when I can. But I do really, really, really like this collection. Of course, we can't speak to the 3 blushes we are decluttering, but I would imagine they are just as pretty as they look and as the other ones are.
Yeah.
But
if I were to say like, here are the, like if you want something from the collection, I would say the neutral blush, the whatever that lip color is that I just had. Let's pull them up.
Yep.
I would say Joyride blush is a staple for me already. I would say the Cold Brew quad
is a really, really nice quad.
Really nice quad. And then the lip clay in Cold Smoke. Those are the 3 things that I would buy personally. Yep,
I would
after having tried them.
I would definitely consider buying really any blush that tickles your fancy. But if you've already got a peach and you've already got a peachy pink, don't fucking buy another one.
Like don't go out of your way to buy this collection if you have things that you think will satiate your want for this collection.
I would definitely say that these.
But I do really like it.
You know, these shimmers are just really, really nice. I mean, Kaleidos has always killed shimmers, so I'm not gonna pretend like they don't. But for whatever reason,
it's probably because we have not seen a neutral shimmer from them.
Yeah, but we do have the Escape Pod, like
not a real neutral shimmer, you know.
That's true. The Escape Pod ones leaned more pink than this one shade here. But I can say that the formula is similar in the look on the eyes, but not in the touch of the pan.
To the Pat McGrath.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really like these the shimmers in this palette. I like the mattes. I like the quads a lot. If you're a big fan of like a smoky gray silver kind of shadow, this one is literally stunning.
I would recommend this quad over like the ColourPop Smoke Show or Blow and Smoke or whatever the fuck it's called now. Like that kind of thing, because you don't like I felt like that was my main problem with that palette, is that there was so much variety in gray to black to white that I did not need. You know, and this one
condenses it down.
Like I would love to have like a even icier inner corner highlight or a deeper like sparkly lid shade, but I feel like this gunmetal shade is too dark to be an inner corner on me. But it's a little light as like a lid shade, but it's so beautiful.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty. The way that I can describe these shimmers is when I've never tried, touched, or seen, so bear this in mind, the Hourglass Scattered Light shadows, if I were to describe these eyeshadows, I would describe them to be scattered lights, is what's on my eyes here. It's just very, very pretty. Again, never tried those shadows. It's just the name that I'm resonating with here. What I wanted those to be, or what I'm imagining them to be. But I definitely like this collection a lot. I'm very, very happy to have received it. Very, very grateful as well. Satiating our goblins. And hopefully Kayla loves the blushes as we pass them along to her.
She just sent us a whole box of decluttered makeup, so maybe we should ask her if she wants any of our stuff.
But yeah, do you have any more thoughts to add? I don't think I do.
No, I would just say the Cold Brew palette, if I were not working on panning anything right now, would go straight into my bucket.
Oh, for sure.
It's like the perfect neutral quad for me. Like that mixed with Danessa Myricks Exposed.
None of it leans too warm or too cool, and that's the best part.
Or my favorite ColourPop shadow in the universe, Cosmic Charge.
Oh, that would be really pretty with that. Oh, I might have tested that out.
I'm going to be pairing those soon.
Oh,
I've been thinking about this all day, actually.
I love that. So let us know if there's anything that we didn't answer, any comparisons you want. Of course, we always insert swatches while we're speaking because I forget to mention anything in the video. So anything that we can find that we can compare it to, I will sure do that for you, just to make sure, you know, if we have something similar that you guys are aware before you buy it, if you own that other item. Yeah. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video. Bye.